Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer, and I have been getting a lot of requests from people who want cleansings for the holiday season, and they have been telling me that people have been attacking them spiritually. They have been attacking their children. They have been attacking their finances, so that they won't have a good time. And it's like I try to tell most of you out there, this is the time. There are certain times when the entities want to, these warlocks and witches, they will attack you because they want to steal your peace. They want to bring you in a low vibrational state. And this is why you have to start, cleansing yourself and cleansing that negative energy, so that, you return to sender as soon as you feel them oppressing you. As soon as you have been in contact with those persons and you know that they don't like you, you know that they don't have your best interests at heart, this is the time of year when they will sit up on you and your family, your finances. They want to, cause disaster and chaos in your life. They want to send the evil eye to you. So you want to be able to cleanse this negative energy. And I will acclimate your gift to your situation for enemies, for those who are sending, hexes and curses, the evil eye. I had one lady was telling me that her son just went to jail. And so this is the time. It's just like on certain days of the week when the entity will set up on you to attack you. You need to pray. You need to make sure that your connection to God, if necessary, you can actually, that's a motorcycle. I'm sorry, guys. If necessary, you can make sure that if you need to fast for a couple of days, if these people are close to you, if they've been in your surroundings, in your house, to lay tricks for you in your house, your yard, to create that kind of chaos and disaster in your life, you may need to fast for 3 days. But you need to reach out to me so that, you can get those gifts and those purifying waters that I have for you in order to remove that negative energy from your life. So, some of the people, they were asking me, they was like, how were you able to escape these types of narcissists, these types of people who have been sitting up on you, who have been attacking you, family, friends? And it's like I say, I started very early purifying myself with the herbs that were around me, with, the waters that were around me, praying over the water that I had, the Abraham water. I made Abraham holy water to levitate over any kind of negative energy that a person or family members may be trying to send at me. So I also put this kind of water or the oil inside of your gifts in order to send to you, so you can purify your surroundings, so you can purify yourself. I also put some other things in there for you that will help you to remove any kind of negative energy. You'll have your prayers, and you'll have, depending on your situation, you'll have whether you need to fast. But, certainly around this time of year, people do not want you to have joy. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to have a good time with your family. They don't want you to live better than they do. They don't want you to have more than they do. So in many occasions, they are attacking you with the evil eye. They're attacking your finances. I had one job. I had one guy call me, and he let me know that he just lost his job on yesterday. So, I have been dealing with a lot of issues in order to, let them know that you have to start on this cleansing and build that shield up early, so that any kind of negative energy that they will try to send to attack to your finances, to your health, to your mind, it will return to sender. Because you are purified. You have purified your mind, body, and soul. You purified your surroundings from those attacks. And you're able to identify who they are coming from when you have purified yourself in this way with the holy books. So, you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself. You're asking God for protection. And, I like to read the consultation when, I'm asking God for protection and making that kind of surah water for people to help, to understand where that negative attack, to ask God to show me where that negative attack is coming from, to protect me by moving me away from those negative people or entities, to separate me from anyone who is sending negative attacks. And don't let my will be done, let God's will be done. So these are our ways of understanding how we remove that negative energy and how we discern, the people around us who want us to, have a terrible time, who want things to go, terribly wrong and horrible around the holiday season. And also, in October, this is the celebration that they use for the Day of the Dead, October 30th, I think, October 31st, I'm not sure. So we have to make sure that we are protecting ourselves from these warlocks and these witches who use their gifts in a malevolent way, who have given themselves over into the entity. And, I got a couple of ways here that we can cleanse ourselves from that negative energy, and a couple of prayers that you can pray over your oil and anoint yourself. You can add salt to it to make your holy water, so that, that negative energy, you have a barrier and a shield, between you and that negative person that is attacking you, by praying to God and creating your own holy water for those who are attacking you. So, like I say, in Shura, or the consultation, and that's 42 through 45, you want to use those verses in order to pray over your water, in order to pray over your house, your person, to remove that negative energy. And you can also use 51, verse 51 in Shura as well. In the Holy Bible, you're using 28 and 18. And it says in Exodus 28 and 18, you shall not permit a sorcerer to live. So, a lot of people ask me, what's the difference in a sorcerer and a witch or a warlock and a Reiki spiritual healer or a spiritual healer? And we'll get into that in 1 second, and you want to also go into Leviticus 20 and 27. A man or a woman who is a necromancer shall surely be put to death. And these are the ways that we want to pray over our situation. We want to shield ourselves. We want to, and I thank all of you for reaching out to me. We want to make sure that, we have the best possible verses from the Holy Bible to create our own holy water, to shield ourselves from those attacks, and to return those attacks to sender. And this is how we want to make sure we're using what the holy books give us. And everything that the elements, the waters that the holy books is giving us, is a way to return to sender, is a way to break those curses and those hexes, those hired spirits that they are trying to send, until you can get to me if you need something a little bit more stronger, than what you have, than what you've already made. And I can make sure that, I acclimate that to your situation. So now, again, in Surah 2 and 102, that's Surah Al-Baqarah and 102, and it's very long, so, and it's letting you know that these magicians and, negative people, during the time of Babylon, this is the time when they were teaching magic, the two angels that came down. And so this is what it says: whoever purchased magic would not have a share in the hereafter. So now we're going to get to, this portion of our video where they were asking me, what is the difference in a warlock or a witch, a Reiki healer, and a spiritual healer? Well, the difference, folks, is one of them has the intentions to attack, and that's what their prime objective as a practitioner is, to attack other people, to manipulate people, to harm people, to break up people's relationship. And I would, I want you to go and read Al-Baqarah 2 and 102. It will let you know the origins of this magic, and it teaches you the definition of the people who want to harm and attack relationships and marriages in order to create chaos and disaster. And this is what's going on right now during this time of year. These warlocks and witches do not want to see you live well. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you. They want what you have. They want, the job. They want to create chaos and disaster for the chosen ones. So the difference in, those people and a spiritual healer or a Reiki healer like myself is the intentions. My intentions is to cleanse that negative energy, to cleanse the negative energy that they have hired, those spirits, to cleanse that evil eye or those attacks. It is not to attack or cause problems for people. So that's how you know the difference in these different kinds of, healers and practitioners, sorcerers, or warlocks or witches. One has a malevolent intent, and the other one has a intent to cleanse or to, shield people or to help people from these negative attacks upon them and their life. So I hope that this has helped you, and I hope that they understand that I'm not going to, have any kind of way help them to attack people. So if they want to attack somebody, they have to, go to those people who do that, and I'm going to make sure that you guys have all the information you need in order to shield yourself from these types of attacks from these people this time of year. So I thank you guys for your support. I want you to reach out to me in the description below. Book your one-on-one sessions. Book your consultations. Leave a comment for me and donate to my pages, my channels. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I appreciate all of you. We're growing, and I hope to do a great job for you moving forward. You can book your one-on-one life coaching sessions. You can book your video chat sessions. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.